the amount increases, the number of days also increases. So therefore they are directly proportional. So we can write 120 is to 300 is equal to 30 is to x. So from the data you can observe that boys and number of days are inversely proportional to each other, because when I increase the number of boys, the number of days will reduces. Tap 2 can fill the complete tank in 15 minutes, means in 1 minute it will fill 1/15th of the tank. Hello everyone, a warm welcome to one and all. This is Yashruti ma'am lecturing in Vidhyaashram, the Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. So in the previous session we have started with the revision of the chapter ratios and proportion, and we have solved few type of the questions 1 marks and 2 marks. So here in this session we are going to look at the 3 mark question as well as 5 mark question. So the 3 marks question is basically you will get from work, distance and time. That is you have a separate section in the chapter ratios and proportion, like to relate time and work, time and distance as well as mixtures. So those type of questions you can expect for 3 marks. And 5 mark question, it is purely on ratios only. So it will be any comparative relatives between the ratio A is to B is to C. So such type of questions you will get for 5 marks from ratios. Let's see the 3 mark question. And we have seen the distribution of marks in the previous session also. So you have 1 mark, 2 mark, 3 mark, 5 marks. Each 1 question. In total you will get 11 marks. So let's look at the questions now. In a fort, there was ration for 560 soldiers that would last the soldiers for 70 days. After 20 days, 60 soldiers left the fort. For how many days the remaining ratio can support the remaining soldier? So first, let us write the remaining number of soldiers. So we have 60 left. So therefore, we are left with 500. Now remaining days, how many days are remaining? So initially the ratio was set up for 70 days. Now after 20 days means we are left with only 50 days now. So that means here for 560 soldiers before leaving, the day remained is only 50. Now since 20 of them has left, we have only 500 soldiers, then how many days the ration can extend? So here we can take the unknown quantity as x. Clearly we can see here the number of soldiers is inversely proportional to the number of days. So therefore I can write this as 560 is to 500. So x is to 50 is the correct form, because this ratio inverse to this ratio. Now from the product of means and extremes, we can write x as 560 into 50 divided by 500. So 0, 0, 0, 0 get cancelled, 5, 5 get cancelled. So clearly there are 56 days where you can use the remaining ration for soldiers. Next question. Walking 4 km per hour, a student reaches his college 5 minutes late, and if he walks at the 5 km per hour, he reaches 1/2 minutes early, that is 2.5 minutes early. What is the distance from his house to the college? So let the distance from his house be x kilometer. Then the time taken by him will be equal to the distance divided by the speed here. So therefore I can take the first 4 km in terms of 5 minutes late. I can write time taken when he walks 4 km per hour. That will be equal to distance divided by speed. So that is x by 4. Next, similarly, time taken when he walks 5 kilometer per hour, that is equal to x by 5. And they have given that the distance is same. In the first case, he walks 4 kilometer per hour and he will be 5 minutes late. Therefore, I can write the relation as x divided by 4 minus 5 divided by 60. Since he is late for the given time, I am putting minus, and 5 by 60 represents in the form of minutes. Now, if he walks 4 kilometer, he will be late for 5 minutes. If he walks 5 kilometer per hour, he will be 2.5 minutes early. Since the distance is same here, we can equate these two equations. So here I will get x by 4 minus 5 by 60 is equal to x by 5. Here you will get 5 divided by 120. So here I will get x by 4 minus x by 5 is equal to 5 divided by 120. And here we have minus, when it shifts that side we will get plus 5 divided by 60. So here I will get 5x minus 4x divided by 20. So here I will get 300 plus 600 divided by 120 into 60. Just multiply the denominator. So here I will get x by 20 is equal to 900 divided by 120 into 60. Can cancel 0, 0, 0, 0. 3 3s are 9. 3 4s are 12, 3 1s are 3, 3 2s are 6. So we have here 4 1s are 4, 4 5s are 20. I'll get x is equal to 5 by 2. So therefore I'll get x is equal to 2.5 kilometer. So this is the distance of his house from school, which is 2.5 kilometer. Next, 5 carpenters can earn rupees 540 in 6 days, working 9 hours a day. How much will 8 carpenters earn in 12 days of working 6 hours a day? So let's write here number of men's, days, hours and earnings. So clearly from the question, 5 carpenters can earn rupees 540 in 6 days of working 9 hours a day. Now, how much 8 carpenters will earn if they work for 12 days in 6 hours a day? So clearly you can see these all 3 are directly proportional and the last one is inversely proportional. So I can write them in the form of 5 into 6 into 9 into x. So this is inversely proportional, 5 into 6 into this one. So similarly the cross multiplication. So this is equal to 8 into 12 into 6 into 540. So clearly we can write x is equal to 8 into 12 into 6 into 540 whole divided by 5 into 6 into 9. X is equal to 1152 in terms of rupees. Next one, if rupees 120 maintains a family of 4 people in 30 days, how many rupees 300 maintain a family of 6 people? So here amount, persons and days. So 120 maintains a family of 4 in 30 days. 300 rupees can maintain 6 people in how many days? So this is the question. So as the amount increasing here, number of persons also increases. So and number of days will get reduced when the number of person increases. So you can clearly see from the observation, money and days also inverse proportional to each other. Person and days also is inversely proportional to each other. So you can see from this, thus as the amount increases, the number of days also increases. So therefore they are directly proportional. So we can write 120 is to 300 is equal to 30 is to x. But number of person and days are inversely proportional because as number of person increases, number of days will get reduced. So therefore I can write 4 is to 6 is equal to x is to 30. So from this observation, we can write it as 120 into 6 into x is equal to 4 into 300 into 30. So therefore, x is equal to 4 into 300 into 30 divided by 120 into x. So on solving this, we will get x as 50 days. So therefore, 300 can maintain a family of 6 people in 50 days. Next question. These are all 5-mark questions. So let's see. 4 men or 12 boys can do a job in 5 days, working 8 hours per day. In how many days 2 men and 4 boys can do the same job, working 12 hours a day? So the job is same here. They have given 4 men or 12 boys. So that means 4 men working in 5 days for 8 hours or 12 boys working 5 days in 8 hours or one and the same. So from the data I can write here 4 men is nothing but 12 boys. So which is same as 1 man is equal to 3 boys. Now another data they have given that 2 men and 4 boys can do the same job working 12 hours a day. So 2 men 4 boys means 2 men plus 4 boy means, so 6 boys plus 4 boys is equal to 12 boys. So therefore 4 men or 12 boys means, so from the data, so the number of people, so I can say number of boys here. So 12 boys and days here 5 days, hours here 8, and 10 boys in how many days working 12 hours a day. So from the data you can observe that boys and number of days are inversely proportional to each other, because when I increase the number of boys, the number of days will reduces. So therefore here from these two cases I can write 12 is to 10 is equal to x is to 5. Also one more thing you need to observe here, days and hours also inversely proportional. So therefore I can write it as 5 is to x is equal to 12 is to 8. So therefore I can take here the ratio as 12 into 8 into 5 is equal to 10 into 12 into x. So therefore x is equal to 12, 12 cancels on both sides, 8 5s are 40 divided by 10, x is equal to 4 days. So therefore 10 boys or 2 men and 4 boys requires 4 days to complete the same job, working 12 hours a day. Next question. 2 taps can separately fill a tank in 12 minutes and 15 minutes respectively. The tank when full can be emptied by a drain tap in 20 minutes. When the tank was empty, all the 3 taps were opened simultaneously. In what time will the tank be filled up? So therefore, if tap 1 can fill the tank in 12 minutes, then it can fill the tank as 1 by 12th of the tank in 1 minute. Similarly, tap 2 can fill the complete tank in 15 minutes, means in 1 minute it will fill 1 by 15th of the tank. And similarly, tap 3, when it is opened, it's a drain tap. That means it will remove the water. If it can empty the water tank in 20 minutes, then it can empty the water tank 1 by 20th of the water tank in 1 minute. And that is equal to overall, when the tank is emptied completely, then all the 3 taps were opened. So then how much or in what time the tank will be filled up? So tank filled in 1 minute here. So tank filled in 1 minute will be equal to 1 by 12, 1 by 50 minus 1 by 20, because 1 by 12 represents the tank was filled by the tap 1. 1 by 15 represent the filling the water tank in 1 minute, and the drain pipe is emptying the water tank 1 by 20 at the time. So this will be equal to, so when you take the LCM you will get 180. So here 15, here 12, so here 9. So here on subtracting or evaluating we will get 18 by 180, which is 1 by 10. If I take this value as 1 by x, that is time taken by the water taps to completely fill the water tank in 1 minute can be taken as 1 by x. So therefore 1 by x is equal to 1 by 10 means we will get x is equal to 10 minutes. So therefore 10 minutes are required to fill the tank completely when all the 3 taps were opened. Next, divide rupees 1647 into 3 parts such that 3/7 of the first, 2/3 of the second and 4/5 of the third are equal. So from the data we can clearly see that there are 3 parts where the amount has been dividing. They have given that 3/7 of the first part, that is I'll take it as A, is equal to 2/3 of the second part, let me take it as B, that is equal to 4/5 of the third part, and they are all equal. So using this condition, so let us find the value of A, B and C. So from this, when you compare 3 by 7A is equal to 2 by 3B. So I'll get A by B is equal to 14 by 9. And similarly, when I compare 2 by 3B with 4 by 5C, so here B by C is equal to 12 by 10, which on solving again will get 6 by 5. So from these two here, let me take it as 1 and 2. You can observe A by B here, B is 9 and B by C here 6 is for B. So therefore B is equal to 9 here, B is equal to 6 when compared to A when compared to C. So let's make the quantity of B as same to write the ratios in the form of A is to B is to C. Now let me multiply 2 here, let me multiply 3 here. So what happens then? A by B will be equal to 28 by 18 and B by C will be equal to 18 divided 15. So therefore I'll get the ratio as A is to B is to C as 28 is to 18 is to 15. So now from that we can write it as 28x plus 18x plus 15x is equal to the amount given. So here we'll get 61x is equal to 1647. X is equal to rupees 27. Now how much of amount A receives, B receives and C receives? So A is 28x, B is 18x, C is 15x. So multiply x to the given values here. So therefore A receives rupees 756, B receives rupees 486 and C receives rupees 405. So this was the share of A, B and C from the given condition. So these type of questions you will get for 3 marks as well as 5 mark questions. Basically you will get the questions from time and distance, time and work, the type of mixtures or from the ratios. So we'll see you in the next session with the new chapter. Until then, keep watching, keep learning, keep exploring. Thank you.